Imagine a single spark igniting a firestorm of change, a spark so powerful that it could set ablaze the hearts and minds of an entire nation. This is the story of how one small, seemingly insignificant act can ripple through time, creating waves of transformation that shape the destiny of a people. That's what happened when a small, unassuming pamphlet titled Common Sense hit the streets of colonial America in January 1776. Written by the eloquent and impassioned Thomas Paine, this pamphlet was more than just ink on paper. It was a clarion call for freedom and self-determination. It challenged the status quo and questioned the very foundations of British rule over the American colonies. Within months, this electrifying call to action would transform a hesitant populace into a determined force for independence. The words of Paine resonated deeply with the colonists, stirring a newfound sense of purpose and unity. It was as if a collective awakening had occurred, where ordinary men and women began to see themselves as agents of change, capable of shaping their own destiny. The impact was immediate and profound. Town squares and taverns buzzed with animated discussions as people from all walks of life debated the future of their land. The pamphlet's message spread like wildfire, igniting a fervor that could not be contained. It was a time of great passion and conviction, where every conversation held the potential to spark a revolution. Colonists, once resigned to British rule, now debated their future in taverns and town squares. The air was thick with the spirit of rebellion as ideas of liberty and self-governance took root in the hearts of the people. These debates were not just idle chatter. They were the seeds of a movement that would grow into a full-fledged fight for independence. The author, Thomas Paine, had penned more than just words on paper. He had articulated the unspoken desires and frustrations of a people yearning for change. His writing was a masterful blend of logic and emotion, designed to inspire and mobilize. Paine's words were a beacon of hope, guiding the colonists toward a vision of a free and independent nation. He had crafted a weapon of revolution, a blueprint for a new nation. Common Sense laid out a compelling argument for independence, making the case that it was not only possible but necessary. It provided a roadmap for breaking free from the shackles of British tyranny and establishing a government that derived its power from the consent of the governed. Common Sense resonated with ordinary people, igniting a desire for self-governance that would forever alter the course of history. It was a unifying force, bringing together individuals from diverse backgrounds and uniting them under a common cause. The pamphlet's influence extended far beyond its initial publication, leaving an indelible mark on the American Revolution and the birth of a new nation. It was a pivotal moment, a time when ideas took flight and a nation found its voice. The spark ignited by Common Sense grew into a roaring flame, lighting the way for future generations. It was a testament to the power of words and the enduring strength of the human spirit. In the end, it was not just a pamphlet but a catalyst for change, a beacon of hope, and a symbol of the unyielding quest for freedom. Thomas Paine, the man behind this extraordinary document, was an unlikely revolutionary. His journey to becoming a pivotal figure in American history is as remarkable as the words he penned. Born in England in 1737, he had arrived in America just a year before Common Sense was published. His arrival marked the beginning of a new chapter, not just for him, but for an entire nation on the brink of transformation. Paine's background was humble, his formal education limited. He worked various jobs, from corset maker to tax officer, gaining a diverse perspective on life and society. Yet he possessed a sharp wit, a keen intellect, and a burning passion for liberty. His self-education and voracious reading fueled his revolutionary ideas. He saw in America a chance to build a better world, free from the tyranny and oppression he witnessed in Europe. The colonies represented a blank slate, a place where new ideas could take root and flourish. Paine believed passionately in the power of reason and the rights of man. He was convinced that through rational thought and collective action, society could be transformed. His words, imbued with these ideals, resonated deeply with a colonial population yearning for freedom. Common Sense was not just a pamphlet, it was a clarion call for independence, a manifesto that articulated the unspoken desires of many. With Common Sense, Paine became the voice of a revolution, a catalyst for change that would reshape the world. His ability to communicate complex ideas in a clear and compelling manner made his work accessible to all, from the educated elite to the common farmer. Paine's influence extended beyond the American Revolution. His writings inspired movements for democracy and human rights around the globe. The power of his pen proved that words could indeed change the world. The legacy of Thomas Paine and his seminal work, Common Sense, endures to this day. It serves as a reminder of the enduring power of ideas and the written word in shaping the course of history. Paine's outsider status proved to be an advantage. Unburdened by generations of colonial deference to the crown, he could see the situation with fresh eyes. He dared to articulate what many colonists felt but hesitated to express openly, that monarchy was an outdated and unjust system of government. Common Sense challenged the very foundation of British rule. Paine argued that it was absurd for a small island nation to govern a vast continent across the ocean. He denounced hereditary monarchy as inherently tyrannical, asserting that governments should derive their just powers from the consent of the governed. These radical ideas, expressed in clear and persuasive language, resonated powerfully with the American people. One of the most striking aspects of Common Sense was its direct and uncompromising attack on the British monarchy. Paine held no reverence for King George III, portraying him not as a benevolent ruler, but as a tyrant responsible for the suffering of the colonies. He dismantled the arguments for monarchy point by point, exposing its inherent flaws and injustices. He argued that hereditary rule was illogical and unjust, leading to incompetent and corrupt leadership. Paine's scathing critique of the monarchy struck a chord with colonists weary of British rule. It emboldened them to envision a future where they were no longer subjects but citizens of a free and independent nation. Section 5. A new vision takes shape. Common Sense did more than simply criticize British rule. It offered a bold and inspiring vision for a new kind of nation. Paine argued passionately for the creation of a republic, a government based on the consent of the governed. He envisioned a society where all men were created equal, endowed with inalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This vision of a democratic republic, radical for its time, resonated deeply with the colonists. It gave them hope for a better future, a future where they could govern themselves and determine their own destiny. Paine's words were a beacon of hope, illuminating the path toward a more just and equitable society. Section 6. Echoes of Common Sense. The influence of Common Sense on the American Revolution cannot be overstated. Its ideas reverberated through the halls of Congress, shaping the debates that led to the Declaration of Independence. Thomas Jefferson, the principal author of the Declaration, was deeply influenced by Paine's ideas. The Declaration's famous opening lines, proclaiming the equality of all men and their inalienable rights, echo the sentiments expressed so powerfully in Common Sense. Paine's pamphlet helped to create the intellectual and political climate that made the Declaration of Independence possible. Section 7. The Birth of a Nation. Common Sense also played a crucial role in shaping the identity of the newly formed United States of America. It was Paine who first suggested the name United States of America for the new nation. He believed this name accurately reflected the geographic reality of the colonies and their shared aspiration for unity and independence. The name resonated with the colonists, capturing their sense of shared purpose and their determination to forge a new nation from the diverse colonies. Paine's vision of a united and independent America became a reality, a testament to the power of his ideas. Section 8. A Legacy of Liberty. The legacy of Common Sense extends far beyond the American Revolution. Its message of liberty and self-government has inspired countless individuals and movements for freedom around the world. From the French Revolution to the fall of the Berlin Wall, Paine's words have echoed through history, reminding us that the struggle for freedom is universal and timeless. Common Sense remains a testament to the power of ideas to change the world. It serves as a reminder that ordinary individuals can make an extraordinary difference by daring to challenge the status quo and fight for a better future. Section 9. An Invitation to Explore. The story of Common Sense is a story of courage, conviction, and the enduring power of ideas. Written by Thomas Paine in 1776, this pamphlet was a clarion call for independence, resonating deeply with the American colonists. It wasn't just a piece of writing, it was a manifesto that challenged the status quo and inspired a nation to seek freedom. To fully grasp its significance is to understand the very foundations of the United States and the ideals upon which it stands. Common Sense laid the groundwork for the Declaration of Independence, articulating the principles of self-governance and liberty that would become the bedrock of American democracy. It was a revolutionary text that questioned the legitimacy of the British monarchy and advocated for a new egalitarian society. I encourage you to delve deeper into this pivotal moment in history. By exploring the context in which Common Sense was written, you can gain a richer understanding of the challenges and aspirations of the time. The pamphlet was not just a product of its era, but a catalyst for change, influencing public opinion and galvanizing support for the revolutionary cause. Explore the pages of Common Sense yourself and discover the electrifying prose that ignited a revolution. Paine's arguments were clear, concise, and compelling, making complex ideas accessible to the average colonist. His words were a rallying cry for independence, urging people to break free from tyranny and embrace the possibility of a new, self-determined future. Further your journey with insightful biographies of Thomas Paine, such as Thomas Paine's American Ideology by A. Owen Aldridge. These works provide a deeper look into Paine's life, his motivations, and the impact of his writings. They offer a comprehensive view of a man who was not only a revolutionary thinker, but also a passionate advocate for human rights and social justice, or Citizen of the World, Thomas Paine by Eric Foner. This biography explores Paine's global influence, highlighting his contributions to political thought beyond the American Revolution. It paints a portrait of a visionary whose ideas transcended borders and whose legacy continues to inspire movements for freedom and equality around the world. Let the past illuminate the present, and may the spirit of liberty that fueled this revolution continue to inspire us all. As we reflect on the enduring relevance of Common Sense, we are reminded of the power of words to shape history and the importance of standing up for our beliefs. Let us carry forward the torch of freedom, ensuring that the ideals of justice, equality, and democracy remain at the heart of our society. We hope it sparked a flame of curiosity and a desire to learn more about the tapestry of human experience. For further exploration, don't forget to visit the links in the description and first pinned comment. If you found today's journey enlightening, please like, share, and subscribe for your daily dose of history and humanity's fundamental subjects. Until tomorrow, keep pondering, keep exploring, and remember, our past is the prologue to our future. Farewell, and take care.